Hello student, I am Professor Pallavi Devkate. Welcomes you in 8th lecture of Econ 355. Course title is Structure and Dynamics of Indian Agriculture. In previous lecture, we studied about different types of revolution in India, in which we study in detail about white revolution. In today's lecture, we see blue revolution in detail. Okay, so first of all, we see about introduction to blue revolution. The blue revolution is an initiative taken by Indian government for the growth of aquaculture industry. The blue revolution was started in China as it accounts for 2/3 of total aquaculture production worldwide. Recently, the aquaculture industry has been growing at an average rate of 9% a year, and India is one of the fastest grower of aquaculture. The Neel Kranti mission was start of blue revolution in India with the vision to achieve the economic prosperity of India, keeping in view the sustainability, biosecurity and environmental concern. The blue revolution refers to time of intense growth in the worldwide aquaculture industry. The aquaculture industry has been growing at an average rate of 9% a year, and India is the second largest fish producer in the world with total production of 13.7 million metric tons during 2018 and 19. The world aquaculture production has reached up to 15 million tons in 2018 and 19 from 2 million tons in 1915. That means in 1950, the total production of aquaculture was 2 million tons, which was increased up to 50 million tons during 2018 and 19. This is in short about introduction to blue revolution. After that, we see the objectives of blue revolution. So blue revolution was started with an object. First one, that is to increase the fish production. So first and major objective of blue revolution is to increase overall fish production in a reasonable and sustainable manner for economic prosperity. Second objective, that is to modernization of fisheries. That means to modernize the fisheries with special focus on new technology. That means there are different new technologies which are applied in fisheries. This is the second objective. Third objective is to ensure food and nutritional security in a country. Then fourth objective is to generate employment and export earning in a country. Then fifth objective is to ensure exclusive development and empower fishers and aquaculture farmers. And last objective, that is to develop, manage and promote fisheries in order to double the farmers' income. Okay, these are the different objectives of blue revolution. Okay, after the objectives of blue revolution, we see in detail about father of blue revolution. Dr. Arun Krishnan and Dr. Harilal Chaudhary are known as father of blue revolution. It is related to the concept of rapid increase in production of fish and marine product through the package program is known as blue revolution. It has brought improvement in aquaculture by adopting new techniques of fish breeding, fish rearing, fish marketing, and fish export. Okay, so Dr. Arun Krishnan and Dr. Harilal Chaudhary was known as father of Blue Revolution. After that, next point, that is Blue Revolution in India. The Blue Revolution in India was launched during the 7th 5-year plan, that means during 1985 to 1990, during the sponsorship of Fish Farmers Development Agency, that is FFDA, by Central Government of India. Later, during 8th 5-year plan, that means during 1992 to 1997, the intensive marine fisheries program was launched, and eventually the fishing harbors in Visakhapatnam, Kochi, Tuticorin, Porbandar, and Port Blair were also established over the period of time. The Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, along with Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries, planned to restructure this scheme along with other ongoing schemes by merging it together under single umbrella of Blue Revolution. This scheme focused on the development and management of fisheries controlled by National Fisheries Development Board, that is NFDB. Okay, so this is in short about Blue Revolution in India. So Blue Revolution was started during 1985. Next point, that is components of Blue Revolution. So there are major 7 components of Blue Revolution. In that first one, that is NFDB, National Fisheries Development Board, and its activity plays an important role in Blue Revolution. Second component, that is strengthening of database and geographical information system of fisheries sector. Third component, that is development of inland fisheries and aquaculture. Then fourth component, that is national scheme for welfare of fishermen. After that, next component, that is development of marine fisheries, infrastructure and post-harvest operations in a fisheries. Next component, that is monitoring, control and surveillance and other need-based intervention related to fisheries. And last component, that is institutional arrangement for fisheries sector. Okay, this is all about components of Blue Revolution. Okay, after components of Blue Revolution, next point is features of Blue Revolution scheme. So there are major 4 features of Blue Revolution scheme. In that first one, that is providing suitable linkage and coverage with Sagarmala project of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, that is MNREGA. Then Ministry of Shipping, National Rural Livelihood Mission, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, etc. Second feature, that is the Blue Revolution scheme concentrate mainly on enhancing the production and productivity of aquaculture and fisheries both from inland and marine sources. Third feature, that is promoting and encouraging the economical backward section like scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women and their cooperatives to take up fishing. Next feature, that is Blue Revolution scheme also encourage the entrepreneurship development, private investment, public-private partnership, that is PPP, and better leveraging of institutional finance. Okay, these are the major 4 features of Blue Revolution. Then after features of Blue Revolution, next point, that is outcome of Blue Revolution in India. The Blue Revolution in India, along with Fish Farmer Development Agency, that is FFDA, brought an improvement in aquaculture and fisheries sector with the introduction of new techniques of rearing, marketing, exporting, and fish breeding, etc. We discuss some of the major outcomes in detail. In that first one, that is fish production. So currently, Indian fishery sector reached a production of 125.19 lakh ton of fish, including 36.88 lakh tons of fish from marine water and 89.02 lakh tons from inland water during 2017 and 18. India is recorded to achieve an average annual growth of 10.14% in a fish production according to Fisheries Statistics 2018. Second outcome, that is fisheries has become India's largest agricultural export over the last 5 years with a growth rate of 6 to 10%. Okay, so fisheries export growth rate was increased near about 6 to 10%. Then next outcome, India has become the world's second largest producer of fish with export of worth more than 45,106.89 crore rupees in 2017 and 18. Fourth outcome, that is fisheries and aquaculture production contributes 1% and 5% to India's GDP and agricultural GDP respectively. That means 1% share in India's GDP and 5% share to agriculture GDP respectively. India is the second largest fish producer in the world with total production of 13.7 million metric ton in 2018 and 19, of which 65% was from inland sector according to MPEDA annual report 2017 and 18. Okay, so this is in short about outcomes of Blue Revolution. That means in short, the Blue Revolution has increased the production of fisheries as well as aquaculture industries in India. So this is all about today's session, that is Blue Revolution. Question may be asked on this topic like explain Blue Revolution in detail. Okay, so in short, Blue Revolution, in which we covered the introduction of Blue Revolution, then objectives of Blue Revolution in India, components and features of Blue Revolution in India, and lastly outcome of Blue Revolution in India. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you all.